Hi, this is Miriam Castilla with another Effectology tip for you. Creating your life on purpose, manifesting what you want would be so much easier if it weren't for those other people, wouldn't it? So other people is the topic that most people run into trouble on, and it's one of the biggest topics that we talk about at my live in-person workshops and in Effectology school and in masterclass and all the other places where we get to talk to each other. And the reason being that we all have other people in our lives and they're important to us. Relationships are important to us. So when we start, harnessing this power of our thoughts and understanding that all is vibration and that we can completely create what it is we want by learning to actually tune ourselves as that emitting station, we get excited, we want to share it with other people. And when the people around us are not on the same frequency, it can be a bit of a downer, right? So that becomes an issue and it's not an easy one. So I'll give you my 3 top tips for managing other people. Here we go, are you ready? Number 1, try not to. Try not to, because you cannot vibrate for them. You cannot think for them. You cannot be them for them. All you can do is be you. And the more you try to work on them, the more off-center you become, the more you actually upset your own apple cart. And then all that does is it drags you down. So try not to in the first place. Respect and honor that they are on their own journey and just set the example. Eventually, if they're close enough in the vicinity of where you are, they will start copying some of what you're doing. They will just naturally, by osmosis, start doing some of the things you're doing, start, improving their language and refusing to just sit around and bitch about stuff. And they may even ask you, hey, you're really happy. What's the deal? What are you doing? So just don't try to fix them, because most likely it will only drag you down. Now, if they are people that, parents, brothers, sisters, nephews, nieces, uncles, aunties, that are in your family and you really can't kind of avoid them and they're just on a negative spin, do your best to minimize your exposure to them. That doesn't mean cut yourself off from your family, but it means that if they're coming around because it's Christmas Day and you know what they're like, try to kind of, you are a sensitive being, sense where they're at, and if they're in a bad place, if they're about to go off on a negative rant and you don't want to be dragged into it, that's a good time to go tidy up the kitchen. Or if it's somebody that you visit regularly and every time you leave you're just drained energetically, maybe don't go quite as often. And number 3 is know that when you are vibrating at a higher level, when you're in a really good place, because there is this law of vibration and this law of resonance, if they're not a match to you, they will naturally not be around you when they're in a non-matching place. So if they're in a funk and you stay really stable in your vibration, they will naturally kind of have other things pop up where they unexpectedly can't make the usual get together. Or if there's somebody you're working with, they will suddenly decide that this is not the job for them and go work somewhere else. Or that grumpy boss may get a promotion or something that moves them away from you. Because while you stay steady in your vibration, they cannot match you. So they will kind of be demagnetized to you. They will basically be, I want to use the word repulsed, but that's not what I mean. They will be repelled. That's the word I'm looking for. They will be repelled. There won't be a match. There will be the opposite of attraction, which is repulsion, but you know how I mean it. Oh my God, I think maybe I'll record this again, but maybe not, because you know what I mean. So it won't be a match, and they will just not find themselves near you. So they will magically go on maternity leave. They will magically be moved to another part of the building if it's a work colleague, or if it's somebody in your family. They just won't be around you when they're at their worst. And I'll give you a fourth tip because I just thought of it. Fourth tip is that remember that you're co-creating. So they're creating their experience, you're creating your experience, and you both are where you are. But they have the ability to be the grouchy grump that you don't like, to be the funny person that you've sometimes enjoyed being around, to be the surprisingly spontaneous person that maybe you've noticed them being, and to actually be a happy, joyful being, because we all have the ability to be all of those things, and so do you. So the more you give your attention to something, where attention goes, energy flows. So if you notice and become aware, you don't even have to say it out loud to them, just to yourself. Wow, I love it when they're being so happy. I love it when they're being joyful. Look at them, they're in such a great mood today. I so appreciate them when they're like that. What that means is that you will actually direct energy onto that and become aware and notice more of those facets of their personality. Okay, so that was not 3 but 4 tips on how to manage other people. They're really helpful, really useful. Each one of those is, I just gave it to you as a little tip, but you can dive oh so deep. Cool, I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to learn more, go deeper, check out Effectology School and join us there, because we do pick each of these little things and dive deep into them with lots of practical things, exercises, activities that we do as a group. And we have a really cool monthly live call where I get to do my vibrational forensic work, which I love. Makes me feel all sciencey again. The engineer in me loves that stuff. Okay, time to go. Catch you next time. Stay happy. Bye.